Priya from TORQ. Welcome to the Sesame and Peanut World Conference, ma'am.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Just brief about your company, ma'am.
Our company is a commodity trading company based, we have offices all over the world, mainly in UK, India, Singapore and Switzerland. We trade agricultural products such as sesame, peanuts, ginger, soya beans, and we also do coal as well in the Far East.
Great to know that you are handling such long commodities.
It is.
In that, can you just briefly explain about the sesame you handle, ma'am?
So sesame, I'm handling the sesame procurement mainly from East Africa into the Far East and the Middle East, but I also handle from West Africa as well. The company itself has its own procurement base in Nigeria, Benin, Togo, Senegal, and we're now moving into Ethiopia, Sudan and Tanzania.
Oh, you are at various places of the world.
We're all over the world.
Yeah, how you operate together, ma'am?
Yeah, we have a very strong logistics team and it's all very well coordinated. We have our own people in these offices that coordinate the procurement and the logistics and the exports. And then we have our trading side that is selling and arranging the shipments.
Which are the countries you buy the sesame from?
So sesame, as I said, we do mainly West Africa. So Nigeria, Benin, Togo, Senegal, Burkina Faso. We also do East Africa, Ethiopia, Sudan, Tanzania, Mozambique and Uganda.
Oh, nice to know. And which are the consuming countries of sesame, ma'am?
So the main consuming country is the Far East, which is China. Then you have Japan, you have South Korea. I mean, all of the Far East is consuming, Vietnam, Thailand. Then you have the Middle East, which is a huge consumption for tahini and halwa. And then you have Europe and the US, which mainly consumes it for the bakery industry.
Yeah, you're based in London, ma'am.
Yeah.
So how's the demand in London for sesame crop?
London is not a big market for sesame. It's more for the finished products like tahini, or they make hummus from tahini. But yeah, in the bakery industry, they put it on top of breads and buns. I mean, look, you have McDonald's and Burger King is your number one bakery consumer. Let's put it that way.
Oh, you are at the various parts of the world.
We are
so
all
can
over.
you briefly explain about the current market situation of sesame?
Current market is very difficult at this moment to assess. We all know the demand. The demand is the demand, and I feel that demand probably will fundamentally outweigh the supply. We have challenges. We know what's going on in Sudan. We know what's going on in Ethiopia, Niger. India is also challenged with its monsoon this year, but it's not a final prediction. I think it's a little bit too early. I think we need to wait another October, November time to have a clear picture of the actual production and how that compares to the demand.
Yeah, and I heard that some of the problems are going in the origin countries.
It is.
Yeah, how it is affecting your business? How
it does. It affects logistics. It affects, for example, Sudan. Yes, the problem is centralized in Khartoum. So theoretically, you can move sesame from the growing areas to the port, but then it's other logistics, documentation, transport that come into play. You know, they haven't had the fertilizer that they would normally get. They haven't had that this year. How that will affect production is yet to be seen. Maybe the finance that the government would normally give to farmers hasn't been as efficient as it would be. So these are all kind of grey areas that they're kind of pieces to a puzzle, but the puzzle has still not come together yet.
Yeah.
But yes, definitely there are challenges in Africa this year. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, even the challenges are there. You are seeing a growth in the sesame industry.
But yeah, the sesame industry will continue to grow. But you know, you see China economy is not there. So to the opposite, I think China's consumption has reduced. Sesame oil is its biggest consumption, but it's not a cooking oil, it's a flavor oil. And when times are bad, people use something cheaper. They don't have to always use sesame oil. So you change what you require based on your economic status. And I think China economically has a lot of problems this year. We've seen it in the soya market, we've seen it in the sesame market. So I think that will also weigh on the demand as well moving forward.
Okay, great to have you in the conference.
Thank you.